Everybody. Hi, everybody. Sunny Bonani. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to our after party, after watch party. Having a party. We are having a party today. Hi, guys. Did you guys watch the episode? We're going to be talking about episode 5 of Uthando Nesthembu. Oh, guys, I am so disappointed. I know what I'm going to start with the end, but I'm so disappointed. I am so disappointed by Usne. Yes, I was rooting. I'm still, I guess, rooting for her, but I'm so disappointed by um what we found out today. It's not nice at all. Sneh is pregnant. Okay, I feel like a mom. Honestly, I feel like a mom, like my child is pregnant. I don't understand how Sneh would let that happen to her again, you guys. Because after a long chat with Umacele, finally she admits ukuthi she's pregnant. And also, there's also a preview for next week's episode where it looks like everything is confirmed. Now, the mystery is uh, who is the father of the child? Who is the father of the child? It sounds like it's not uh, Ubaba Gatando or Ubaba, what's the other child's name? Kasamgelo. It's not Ubaba Gatando, who is the first child that is raised by Umacele, but it's also not Ubaba Kasamgelo. So it looks like she has a new baby daddy now. But when I don't know, I got very scared when Umseleko is asking her who is it, who is the father of the child, because ngathi akafuni ukusho. So that scared me a little bit because I was like, Auntie, who's this father? It sounds like there is a story behind who the father of this child that she's pregnant with now. So yeah, you guys, that was very disappointing for me to find out. I was hoping Uguti it's gonna be part of a storyline, Jay, and then at the end we're gonna find out she's not pregnant. Yeah, I wasn't. I was like, I wasn't happy about that. I wasn't happy. I'm rooting for Usne because I just feel like I really want her to make it in life. It's not easy to grow up without your mother around and going through that trauma of being molested as a child and not being able to tell anyone, and your mother not being around, and then having all of these kids with their mothers around. She does have a challenging situation, but I do feel like her like when she keeps on having kids instead of trying to just fix her life right now, I don't think that it's a good idea, you guys. I really don't. And I also don't think that her babies are planned. I feel like she just falls pregnant somehow. I feel bad for her. I really feel bad. I don't think that she wanted the baby. So yeah, that was disappointing, you guys. It's right at the end of the episode. Uh, Hi Celia, welcome. Celia says Nay is trying to fill up a certain gap opened in her life. They must just give her a job in the family. She has Celia, actually, when Uthando Nesthembu started, Usne worked at was it season 1 or 2, worked at that lodge that the family owned. And at that time they really were trying to help her to get her life together, and her father was trying to help her to save. But at that time it was like they would give her a job, she would work, and then she would run away. That was my understanding. And that was before they found out ukuthi she had that trauma from her childhood. So but she used to work for the family business. Yes, when back when Makumalo, when Umacele used to work at the lodge, you remember when the two of them worked at the lodge? There was a time when Usne had a job there. And yeah, you guys, yeah, that was disappointing for me. I'm happy my I'm happy my online student did not pitch. Hi, Judicious, can you please share about teaching online, guys? Please share with us. I don't know if I have time to do it, but I need someone to tell me what to do. And, I want to explore that. Like, honestly, a friend of mine was also talking about that. She is a teacher, doesn't have a job right now. We were talking about it. You would see, yes, there's actually that option. You need to do a video and share with us how you get into that. Now I am catching this live. Welcome, Judicious. I hope I'm not late. You're not late. We just started. I was late too because I had to put Sipo to bed. Guys, can we just like take the time to appreciate abantu abanakekela iy'ngane zethu? Can we take the time, guys? Because hey, Pella, I'm setting up this live. I'm forgetting Uguti. No wonder is not around this weekend. So the way I'm selling, putting Sipo to bed, giving her like her supper, medication, because I have to come here. Like I'm like, this is not my life. My days, my Fridays are not like this. And then I remember, guys, usually no one is here. On Friday, so it's easy. We're helping each other. Now I'm alone. Can we just take the time, you guys? Because it's not easy for somebody to take care of your child and really, like, really good, do a good job taking care of your child. When she's not around, ngathi crippled self. Ngathi nengane yami ngathi ayingazi nosipho ungibuka ngathi hey, this mama, what are you doing, mama? You guys, I appreciate having her in my life. I don't want to lie. And she's making wrong choices. She is. And the thing about ukuthola umntwana is that you have options as to prevent it, especially her in her situation. Because I really don't think that she wanted a baby. I don't think so. And also, you guys, you remember there was a time when Umaxele even said ukuthi she would go as far as give Usne imali to take a taxi to go to the clinic and remind her every month to go to the clinic. Otherwise, if she didn't, Usne wouldn't go ukuthi ayoprevent her. So I guess in that situation, mhlambe uMacele thought ukuthi she's getting more responsible and maybe she wasn't reminding her anymore ukuthi ayoprevent her. Yo, hi guys. Yeah, that part of this episode really disappointed me. Peaceful Zengel Celia says she's making wrong choices. Yeah, I agree. Peaceful Sunset says hi Ntando. I don't think Selego is sensitive to snare, which could account for her misdirection in life. Macele tries, but he gives up on her so quickly. He does Peaceful Sunsets. I think Umselego was very disappointed by the way that Usne's life has gone. You know, that also combined with the fact that Umselego, amantombazane, like her girls, he treats her girls differently from the boys. He seems to appreciate boys more than he appreciates the girls. And then on top of that, Usne, it seems like he disappointed him by ukuthi angaqhubeki nesikole instead wathola iy'ngane and all of that. And then there's also that thing in their relationship ukuthi Usne was molested by somebody that was trusted by ubaba wakhe. So ubaba wakhe entrusted Usne with somebody, that person molested Usne. So there's that thing between the two of them in their relationship. So I do feel like Usne longs for approval kababa wakhe and uthando kababa wakhe and time kababa wakhe. But at the same time, you guys, she's now an adult. At some point you have to get to a point where you have to make responsible decisions about your life, regardless of the fact that so many of us didn't get what we needed as children. Like, if we had to talk about what we needed as children, we did not get it. And so many people went through trauma. But at some point, like, as much as people are not giving you what you need, you have to try and give it to yourself. And I think Usne, at some point, she's going to have to do that. But yeah, it sounds like she's going to have another baby. Snay Mpho says Snay is still a child. Macele really is a mother. Macele is a mother to Snation. Yabona uMacele, you might not like her for so many other reasons, but the one thing that she does is she loves Usne. She cares about Usne. And the way that Usne was talking to her today, at some point she did say, ukuthi, I can see ukuthi Usne vele ukhuluma nami kanjena because at the end of the day, I'm not her mom. So she's talking ukhuluma nomi kanjani nami. But her response, Umacele, is always as a mother. I like that about Umacele. Judicia says, I am teaching on a platform called Preply, but I will do a video. Please do a video. I would be so interested in that, honestly. Judicious, please would love a tutorial on teaching online. I really need to go back home. My children, but still to my children, but still have an income. Yes, I'm interested to do that. If it's anything that you can do part time, I would be so interested to know more about it. Judisha says, I talk on amazing talker as well. Okay, give us the information, okay? And then Poet says she needed emotional attention and it's lacking. She may feel safe with Machele, but there's also a boundary of she's not my mother is heartbreaking. It is. It definitely is. I think with everybody, you guys, no matter how old we get, sometimes you just feel like I want my mom. Like I want my mom, and I can imagine how that feeling is like when you feel like I want my mom, but your mom is no longer living. So she's not around, Sneh needs to go for counseling. She's not ready for another baby. Absolutely not ready. Select is the absent present father, to tell the truth. He's forever occupied by business and wives. I suspect even him spending time with his children has super script. It's scripted, Daibo. Pelas, we haven't started. That's why I said today I started at the end of the show, because I am so disappointed by the fact that Usne is pregnant. So I had to start by talking about that. But if we go to the beginning of the show, Uma Ngwabe is spending time with Umselegu, her two kids, they're spending time with Umselegu, they're going out. She does say on the episode that he no longer does that with them. He no longer takes them out. Even with the two of them, he no longer takes them out. She says, "Umangwabe," and the thing is, one thing she knows about himself is that he likes going out. So if he is not doing it with her, he must be doing it with someone else. So that means that he's doing it with his girlfriends, but he's absolutely not doing it with her, and he's not doing it with her and her kids. She says that, guys. So, and guys, what do we expect? One man, four women, all of them with children. Do we really think every single one of those wives get enough time? Besides ukuthi afike ebusuku ezolala, do you think he has time to take you out, like, really? Or it's only we see them do that because of the show? On top of that, they talk about him having multiple businesses and then he has multiple girlfriends. Do you think he has time for his wives? I do feel like those wives spend a lot of time alone, a lot of time alone. And I think Umangwabe confirms that for us. And then Sneh has daddy issues. She needs more love and attention from her father. I agree with everything that you guys say, that Disney needs love and whatever, but I also feel like sometimes you have to give that to yourself. Like you have to reach a point where you like, I cannot get this from my father. What do I do so that I feel like I'm giving it to myself? Maybe she needs counseling so that she can figure that out, because I don't think that Umselego is going to give that to Sneh. Now with another child coming, he's going to be even more disappointed, and he's going to withhold Uthando from her even more. So I don't feel like she's gonna get it. I feel like she needs it, but she's not going to get it. And then hi Tembelihle says she has daddy issues. Today's episode was a whole lot of scripted everything. Everything was scripted. Everything was scripted. Here's another thing, you guys, because in one of the scenes, Umakumalo no Nomselegu are talking to Inganyaku Abongwe, ne? And yo, I was conflicted because on the one hand, guys, I've been the one that said that I really would love to see more of the adult children on Uthando Nesthembu. I really want to see more of their lives. But I do feel like they are trying to push a storyline of Uabongwe like coming out, sort of. It's like they want to push her to sort of take a stance on the show on who she's dating. Because did you hear Umselegu saying, I want her to live her life freely in front of us and not hide it? I really wouldn't want them to push her on that. I really wouldn't. I think that kids should just take their time and figure things out. I feel like they're trying to push that storyline of, wanting her to come out on the show. I wouldn't. I think that is something that I would appreciate if it happens privately for her instead of her doing it for the show. But I do feel like they're trying to push that story. So it was very scripted. This episode. Anyway, there was also okay. So at the beginning, Umangwabe no Mselegu they go out, which is and then we find out because they don't do that a lot anyway. And Umangwabe talks a little bit about that. Her child's medical condition, about Uzenande's medical condition. She had a they call it cleft palate. You know when this part of your bones they don't develop and connect, so ubane space on here, you know. I know, like my one of my grandsons, it's like my sister has a daughter, that daughter has a son, her son had the same condition, and he has to go through a procedure of them putting it of repairing it and putting it back. It's like a child doesn't fully develop while it's in the womb, so they have to complete that after the child is born. So when that happens, it affects a child's speech, because they have to put it back. But the internal of the mouth is not like normal, if we can say that. I think she went through that procedure. They said the first one didn't work, so she had to go again. So it's like the doctor was calling to say ukuthi they want to do another scan to see ukuthi how they are with that process. So it's a real issue for Mangwabe. I'm glad that they are sharing it. I think as parents, we're gonna be learning from that. So I like it when they do like real stories like that. And then Umselegu says that issue brings out ubumama kumangwabe, but I was like, when does it ever bring out ububaba when? I also gets away with a lot. Uma Khumalo also did go out with Umpilo. They asked the guys, can you believe it? Ukuthi 6 seasons later, they are still talking about the changing of the surname Kampilo. Namanje. Basakhuluma about changing of the surname Umpilo. Anyway, let me read the comments and then I'll go through what they talked about. So, Celia says, okay, I know, I read that. Peaceful sunsets. Celia is right, Yolia. Celia is right. And then Judicia says, but when you are suffering trauma, taking sound decision is not something you worry about. You don't take decisions at all. Yes. No, I would agree with you. It's almost like life happens to you. Life happens. That's why counseling is needed, I think. Because now she might actually be feeling overwhelmed, like I can't believe this is happening to me again, like I'm having another baby, because I don't think that she planned it at all, especially when dealing with traumas associated with rape, molestation. People who suffered that end up giving life to anyone because they feel like their privacy was invaded anyway. Yeah. No. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying for sure. Usne has a lot of issues, I think. Um, I don't know how much counseling she did after she made that confession about the molestation. Maybe everybody else felt like she was okay, but I don't think that she was. I think it should have been an ongoing thing because it seems like she hasn't even begun with the healing. Silas Thembelihle Mathunjwa, you summarized it very well. Okay. She's pregnant again. Kaya, she is. She is pregnant again. Like, I feel like I'm the mother that is finding out that my daughter is pregnant for the third time because I wasn't wanting that for her at all. Like, I wasn't wanting it at all. Judicious Masuku says she needs counseling or change of environment with people who went through the same thing and are making it in life. Yeah, she does. I don't think that the family like really understand what she went through. I don't even know if her other siblings know and understand what she went through, because they're not very kind to her. They're not. They're very mean. It's almost like they are just irritated by her presence, you know. She's like a black sheep of the family. Abantu nje badineka uye. So I don't even know if they do understand the trauma that she went through. And the fact that nobody's talking about it right now makes me feel like everybody thinks that she's okay. And I feel like that. I would just like, guys, 3 kids is enough. Even two, even 2 kids is enough. So like, I wouldn't oppose that. Just tie your troops so that at least there's no chance of you having a child, and then you can just work on yourself. And education does contribute a lot in decision making process as well. I feel like Sned does not fully comprehend her situation, her past experience, and her daddy issues. Yeah, I guess so. Nanogut, I don't even know how far she went with school. I don't know. I don't even know if she finished matric. I don't know. Uh, yeah, I guess even that can contribute. Are you talking about the open cleft palace? Yes, yes, Celia. That's what the child had, and they repaired it. The first procedure didn't work, and then they had to redo it. So her speech is affected. Hello guys, I'm late. What did I miss? Not much. Confi. Snay is pregnant. Snay is Yes, we are worried here. Sneh is pregnant, and we don't know who she's pregnant by, because apparently it's not the father of the first and the second baby. So it must be someone else. And there's something big about who the father of the child is, you know. So yeah, next week is so far for us to find out. Yo, Sneh, Ralibuha fast. So yes, ne, but Kim say like father, like daughter. On the other hand, I think she did not get enough counseling for what happened. I do think that as well, you guys. We cannot ignore something that like that can affect your whole life. Paul says there's a saying that the black sheep of the family is the true representation of what the family is. Money makes everyone else's life look admirable. Can't we are all reeling for something? Yeah, yeah. Iana Van Zandt actually said that, like, a black sheep in your family, if for every family, if you wanted to really know the real issues of what happened, a true reflection of the issues in the family is a black sheep of the family. That's the person that they say is the most volatile to whatever that hits the family, whether it's spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and everything. The person that is getting affected the most. The others are just acting like they're okay. The black sheep is the one that is really the reflection of what's going on in the family. So I totally get that. And Usne for Mselegu family represents the lack of a presence kababa, you know, and not just like physical presence kababa. Like, you know, your father was not there, like you were molested of by this person that was supposed to take care of you in the absence of your father. What more can represent that? Not to say ukuthi kwezinye indawo that doesn't happen. That can happen even to any of our children, but I'm just saying for that situation it can be that. And when she was doing the show, maybe the producers figured out, because you know something is going on with Nay, for them to feel like she needed to have a conversation with Umacele. So maybe even to this day she wouldn't have confessed if it wasn't for the show. So it tells you that maybe if we are real, the kids don't feel like they have a safe environment where they can talk about everything, anything and everything that's happening to them in that family. But the picture that is presented is that they are safe, they feel safe, you know. But how comes Ne was not safe enough, didn't feel safe enough Yena to say, go to listen? She had 4 whole mothers that she was growing up around, but she didn't feel safe with any of them. She didn't feel safe enough to tell any of them. All the 4 mothers and her father, she didn't tell them. uh Okay. Mafu says, hello, Sneh is pregnant. Oh my God. Yes, siyababaza sonke. I love what Mpo Boka said. Yes. She's right. Yes, she's right. I think she has a daddy issues. Mseleko does not take her serious like she does. Abolwal. Yeah. That's just we irritation to him is like he tolerates her. He tolerates her. Nje ngoba phela ingane yakhe, but he's more proud of lezi ezinye ingane, you know. And it's Celia Mutoning, why is she not given a job? Also, last episode she was told to drive by Lwandle. Why you not send her to a proper driving school and pay for her? Selego did suggest that she goes to a proper driving school. She would just, yeah, she wanted her brother to teach her. Even that, I mean, I feel like it was just longing for love and longing to spend time with her brother, because I don't think that they don't have money for her to go to a driving. She can go to a driving school, but she didn't want to. She wanted to learn to teach him. The main difference, I believe, is that Luandle and Pumelelo have active present mothers. Mselegu is not adding much to the well-being of the kids, and that's the problem. Oh, that is so true. That is so true. And like Vele Umacel is acting like a mother, but she's not a biological mother at the end of the day. So yeah. Yeah, no, I get it. I man, this is sad, says conf. Yeah, it is sad, you guys. It is very sad. So Uma Kumalo has a conversation with Umpilo, and I'm like, like 6 years later, Namanje Umpilo hasn't changed her surname. Was it not season one when Umacele went to lapha emlazi omalume kaMpilo beyocela ukuthi kushintshwe isenemu kwenziwa amahlawulo kwaze yabona kwenziwa amahlawulo kwaba njani njani and balwa baze bavumelana at the end ugogo kaMpilo wathi yes, now she agrees babukhokha imali. And then she says yes, she agrees. You know, I just watched Pele season one, I mean, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And she agreed with, yeah, now it's okay, they can change the surname Kampilo. How 6 years later the surname is still not changed? Now apparently ifamily yakomalume kaMpilo, Mpilo's mother said family, after those negotiations amahlawule, they decided that if they're going to change the surname Kampilo, they have to pay lobolo for Mpilo. It's not the first time, you guys, I hear that uma ngabe, if you have a child with someone and then but you didn't marry them, but you want to take the child as your own, because if ingane izalelwe ekhaya, then eyakomalume, you know, they should use isibongo sakomalume. But if you want to take leyo ngane kube yakho, Msele wants to take utulo, you have to pay lobola for ingane. It's not the first time I hear that, but I don't know exactly ukuthi inzeka kuphi, because abanye uyahlawula ushintsha isibongo sengane, abanye they say fanele kulobola. So I don't know ukuthi when do you do it, when do you not do it. But apparently this family yakomalume kaMpilo, they want that done. Okay. Now Uma Khumalo says yena she's not gonna do anything about that, because as far as she's concerned, that issue was discussed and done. They were done. They agreed with isibongo fanele exchange. She feels like Uma Khumalo, it's about time Umpilo takes an initiative, because vele phela usekhulile manje, guys, she's grown. Now you must decide what you want to do. If you want to change your surname, speak to abantu bakomalume wakho and say you want to change the surname and take the necessary steps. Thina sizozwa ngawe. But as far as I am concerned, I'm no longer going back there komalume wakho to beg them ngendaba yokushintsha isurname. I don't know, you guys, I feel like Umselegu, every time kukhulunywa indaba yokuhlawula kwey'ngane zakhe kuvele kube it's a long story when it shouldn't be, because it's not like he is poor. So if abantu bakomalume kaMpilo they're saying lobola ingane so that kuzoshintsha isurname, why not just do it, you know, so that ingane yakhe izoshintsha isurname? So I still don't understand why Umseleko would be reluctant to pay whatever it is that they want him to pay, or he thinks that he shouldn't pay it. I don't know, guys. Mpho Boka says the Ntando Mdletshe show. Hey, are you seeing the future? I sing the future. Love it for you. Thank you much. I feel for her. I feel for her too. I feel for her. I feel for her. Listen, guys, when I had my third child, I was very old. I had my first baby, Ulung, is when I was 25. Okay. I was the late boomer in having babies. Okay. I was 25. I had just started working, so all was well. Okay. 2 years later, there is Amandla. 4 years later, they so after Amandla, I really wanted to tie my tubes, but people will be like, "You are so young. What if you don't marry this person that you have children with, and another man has a child?" And and I let it go here, and then I didn't tie my tubes, and then 7, and then what at 31 when I had supposed, but I was feeling like, what am I gonna do with 3 kids? 3 kids. I feel like I had too many kids. So now, guys, I need to check her age again. Muncane uSine for her to be having a third. Mawucabanga Uthando, how young Uthando is now, selanywe kayi-2. Nami, I would feel overwhelmed if I was her. Uh, that time umseleko wakhona once 20 umseleko uyazala ney'ngane zakhe ziyazala konke kuyazalwa. My heart breaks for Sneh, mara Macele tries for her. I don't know where she goes wrong. I think it's just that thing, ukuthi you're not my mother. And the thing about it is that when somebody is not your mother and they have other kids that are theirs, as the kid that is not really their biological, you look at everything. So Usne probably sits down and look at Abongwe, the way that Abongwe are treated, the things about Tengelwa Zona, all of that, and compare and be like, yeah, it's because I'm not her biological. So Umatele might be doing her absolute best, but there's always gonna be izinto where Usne thinks ukuthi uMacele is not being fair. I don't think that they can help it. It's just always going to be there. Um Cook some more with says Ne has disappointed the whole nation. Whole nation. You remember when Uthando from what's that show? Isencane Lengane. You remember how much we were hoping when she was doing her metric, and we were all hoping she must pass and go to university and leave usiyacela laphayana enkandla, not enkandla, inkandla olundi ahamba e-university uzobuya ne-boyfriend entsha akhohlwe nayo le ndaba siyacela. What happened to Thando? She fell pregnant. Fell pregnant. That's how I felt the same. Like the disappointment was, oh Lord, I didn't want that for Uthando from Isencane Lengane. I was like, I hope she doesn't have a baby. And she had a baby. And Vela, it stalled her. She didn't do well, go matric because she was pregnant. Now they're saying Usiyacela is busy drinking, what, akayingeni indaba yengane, uhleli nengane yena. So yeah, she's disappointed the whole nation. Guys, it says my connection is not very strong. I hope you guys can still see and hear me. There is a part, guys, that I didn't see. Pela, what happened? Yeah, how do I forget to tell you what happened? So I watched the show, and then at like maybe 10 minutes before it ends, the lights just went off. We like, how? What kind of load shedding comes at 10 to 8? So for like 5 minutes, we were wondering what's happening. Like lights are on outside, and then they came back. So I missed the whole part. That there's a part where I missed before Usne no Mamkulu sat down and talked. I don't know what happened there. So I need to rewatch the episode before I do the full review because I missed that. I don't know what happened. Um the Mafu effect says, imagine, and he cannot take proper care of the ones the ones he has already. And the thing about it is that I don't think Umselegu sees where he lacks when it comes to parenting, because those women just take over and do everything for their kids. So uvela ubone ingane zakhe nje zizinhle zinakekelile, and you see namhlanje one of the children zikaMangwabe asked for a sleepover and was asking for money to buy izinto for a sleepover, and he ripped 800 rand and gave it to the child. For him, that's what as a father he's required to do. So I don't think that in terms of like one-on-one like time with the kids, he sees Guti, there's probably somewhere where he's lacking. I think as long as financially he can provide, or he can present a picture that he's providing, for him it's okay. Like he feels like he's doing enough. Um, Umpo says, Machele tries, however, a child like Sneh who has abandonment issues, has suffered rape, and still has to fight to exist in the family of four wives and nine other kids with a father who does not prioritize you. And also a father who had a problem when your mother's family wanted him to just pay in Tlawulo, you know? You know what I mean? You should just pay in Tlawulo. Also, ilokhuzana, feeling of rejection, even she feels it for her mom. Because if your mom had a child with this man who is marrying everyone he meets, basically, or who believes that once he has a child with someone, he has to marry them, but he did not marry your mom. So a rejection even comes from that. He did not. Why did he not marry my mom? Was my existence not good enough for him to think it was good for him to marry my mother? So it comes. I think it's really deep when it comes to Usnim. It's tough. I was raised by my grandfather who died just after I graduated. May his soul rest in peace and poor. And started working in corporate. Listen, I really do feel motherless now that I am a mom. And I can imagine, you guys, I can imagine, like right after you have a baby, I remember just feeling, I was so like grown, guys, but I was feeling like I want my mother. I wanted to go sleep in my mother's bed for my mother to just show me how to feed the baby when I knew how to feed a baby. So I can imagine that. I can imagine that feeling. You just want your mom. Another thing we should never forget is that we see these people in front of cameras. We really do not know how Macele actually treats Snape behind the scenes. Who I hope it's not different, but I hear you, Celia. I hear you, Celia. Because let's not forget what Umayeni said. Let's not forget what Umayeni said. Ukuthi abantu baya-actor for camera, so we don't know. Selego does not have time for his kids. He's always busy with women. He doesn't have time for the existing 10. How is he going to find time for the other 10? Anyway, he's not going to have another 10 because he's old now. Ubani osazosalela umseleko iy'ngane eziwu-10, guys? Hayi, I don't think ukuthi leyo dream yakhe, he must let go of that dream. Hayi, noma kuthiwa umuntu akalahlwa, kodwa ngigeza izandla save with Andy. I don't want to wash my hands today. I still like want Usne to make it in life. I really do. I really do, guys. I want Usne to make it. Somehow I want her to figure something out, just I want something to click. Yeah, you know what? Now I need to get like take charge of my life. What do I need to do? Do I need to go for counseling? There is something that is just not clicking right now. I hope she's closer to that point than anything. I don't think they even debrief the five adults after the show and try to change some things as a family. They keep it moving. Yeah, I guess. I would like to just know and how do they arrange all of the shoots and all of that uh, when they're going to shoot scenes with the show. Do they ask them, guys, would you like to do this? Or guys, we think like that date with Umangwabe, did they say, we think we should spend time with Umangwabe and the kids? Or did they ask you, guys, what do you want to do today? And they say, we want to take, because if Umangabe says this is not something we do, it makes me feel like the producer say, what about you go on a date with Umangabe? And then they're like, yeah, by the way, we haven't done that in years. And then they did that. Hayibo, 800 rand for a sleepover. Yeah, ingane zabantu abarich. Nanokuthi he had 800 rand in his purse. Phela abantu abasayiphatha imali manje, they use ama-card and stuff, but he had 800 rand. Mhlawumbe it was planned pay. But yeah, they said it was ufuna Uthando, which is ingane kaSne, no Owami. What's the other one? Three of the kids, but she just wanted my siblings, like the ones that are her age, are around her age, to come and sleep over. Which she wants to buy toys and what ukudla for the sleepover. So she asked her dad, can I please have money to buy things for the sleepover? So Babake just took out the money and gave to her. So Aminingane zabantu aba-rich, what can we say? Anyway, you guys, I need to figure out ukuthi what did I miss with ilokhuzana between Umacele with Umseleko sitting with Abongwe trying to figure out indaba ye-matric dance because Abongwe is going to a matric dance. So she says she wants a Jaguar and what Rolls Royce. Ingane is rich, guys. And then uma wakhe is like manje wake wayibona like in lezo imoto lezo for ilokhuzana matric dance. Between that scene and iscene kaSinene umamkhulu, I missed something because electricity went off for like 10 minutes. Was it 5 minutes? And then the other 5 minutes, like it decoder will try to connect for another 5 minutes. I don't know why it takes so long. But guys, ngicela ni like stream. Please, 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 please like it. And then later on, thank you so much, everybody that joined me in the comment section. I really, really, really appreciate it. We had such a great conversation. But for those who like a review from scene to scene, I'm still going to do that video and post it that weekend so that we can talk about it some more. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. Says Snare is our baby. We can't turn our backs. We can't turn our backs on her. We can't. I'm still hoping that something happens. I can't wait for next week, you guys. I'm disappointed, but I'm still hoping that she's gonna turn things around. Thank you so much for watching. Nginithanda kakhulu.